We're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to start to carve out our own space, our own bodies, allowing ourselves to really drop in and let everything else just sort of float away. This is the time for us to dig as deep as we can. And so closing our eyes, we're going to start to feel our body, maybe doing a body scan from the top of the head all the way through the face, over the neck and shoulders. Start to take in any information that your body is telling you today. Moving down through the chest, softening the rib cage, releasing the muscles in the back and the shoulders. Moving down to the belly button, releasing the muscles in there, in that center for a second, as much as we can. Start to take in a couple of deep breaths through the top of the head, all the way down through that channel that we just created. And exhale back up and out through the mouth. Do that a couple of times, just clearing the pathway, cleansing the whole line of energy. And as we inhale even deeper, imagine the breath traveling all the way down between your hips, filling up the belly, letting it rise like a balloon. And on the exhale, bringing that belly button to the spine, starting to engage the center, massaging those inner organs. Release on the inhale, press in on the exhale. Continuing that breath. Letting all of our outside distractions just melting away. Really being present with ourselves. Good. As we start to release even deeper, let's go to those hip sockets. Let those knees float out and down, away from ourselves. All the way down to our toes, feeling the arches of our feet, feeling the ankles. From here, from this deepened space, we're going to do a little bit of breath work to begin our practice. So we're going to inhale, we're going to do 10 deep breaths in, and we're going to make them a little bit more fast-paced than usual. We're going to fill in our lungs all the way and then exhale sharply. At the end of those 10 breaths, we're going to inhale deep and hold for 15 seconds. So I'll guide you through the whole thing, just so you know what's coming. When we're ready, let's go ahead and inhale. Halfway. One more deep breath in. Exhale all the way. And we're going to hold 15 seconds. Feeling the body, releasing the muscles. When we're ready, let's inhale deep into the belly and exhale out. Very nice. Let's go back to a normal breath for a moment. Just start to feel what that did to our body, if anything. some awareness to our face, to our heart. Maybe the body is changing temperatures. Maybe it's tingling. Whatever it is, we're going to accept it into our practice today. Bring some deliberation to our bodies, to our actions. When we're ready, let's go ahead and inhale both arms up. We're going to press the palms together if possible and lower to the heart center. Do this a few more times. Inhale up. Exhale, press and bring it down. One more time. Inhale, lift the rib cage. Exhale, press the palms and bring it down. Very nice. From here, let's inhale. We're going to send that right arm up and over. Left arm can drop down. Bringing that elbow to the mat. Keeping that right hip pressed into the mat if possible. Feeling the length in the side body. Reaching with those fingers, and just to add a little bit of motion, we're going to keep ourselves tilted. We're going to bring that right arm down in front as we inhale, and exhale over and around. So we're going to make big arm circles here. Inhale, down and around. Exhale, up and away. Very nice. Good. Keep it going. Big circles. One more time. Down and around. And up. As we bring the arm up, we're going to meet ourselves back to the center and switching sides. Inhale, up and over with the left side and down with the right. Very nice. Pressing that left hip away. See if we can reach that arm over the head. If it feels good, we can look up towards the elbow. Continuing with our deep breath and in and out, softening the ribs as we go, and adding a little bit of movement. So let's inhale, bring that arm down, exhale up and over at our own pace. Very nice. Getting the blood flow in the upper body. Waking up the ribs. Allowing all of our cellular fluids to start moving, our lymph fluids to move with us. Very nice. One more time. Inhale, down, around. Bring ourselves back up to center. Let's inhale both arms all the way up. And exhale, we're going to forward fold. So we can bring those arms all the way down. And from here, imagine pressing those sit bones away from your fingers. So we're stretching that low back. And for a little extra, we can bring our head down to the mat if that works for you today. Breathing deep into the belly, allowing ourselves to fully release before we start to engage those muscles for our deeper practice. When we're ready, let's slowly walk ourselves back up. Coming back to center. And from here, we're going to take those hands behind the back, keeping everything nice and tall. And on the inhale, we're going to send our sternum forward, take the back of the head back. And we're going to bring that heart space up towards the sky, arching the back. Breathing, releasing the neck if you can. opening up that space in the ribs. And when we're ready, let's slowly come back to center. Very nice. If it feels good, let's bring ourselves a little movement side to side. And from here, we're going to roll onto all fours. So taking our time, let's bring those hands under our shoulders. We're going to tuck those toes underneath. Good. From here, press some pressure into the balls of those feet and into the hands so that your back is nice and engaged. And from here, we're going to take ourselves into a little forward rock and back over to the hips. So just adding a little bit of forward motion here. If you can, go past those wrists all the way forward and all the way back to the heels. Very nice. Use that center to engage, keeping the spine braced. Very good. When we're ready, keeping those feet tucked under, we're going to walk all the way back, getting to the balls of our feet. We're going to stand up nice and tall, lift the spine, finding our yogic squat. Staying on the balls of the feet if you can. Good. Imagine that we're keeping those knees from going outward. So let's see if we can bring them forward so that our knees are parallel, if possible. Beautiful. Taking a deep inhale, let's look up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to straighten the knees, press those heels down, and find our forward fold. We're going to hang out here for a moment, spread those toes wide. Allow ourselves a little bit of motion side to side, keeping everything moving. Every exhale, we're releasing the low back just a little more. Good. Keep breathing, releasing. Feel those hamstrings, sending the hips even further upwards towards the sky. And when we're ready, we're slowly going to roll all the way up to our mountain pose, squeezing those legs. Once we rise the head up, we're going to find that strength in our legs, squeeze the glutes, bring those hips slightly forward, and find that connection to the center. Whether the belly is soft or fully engaged is up to you, but we want to feel that center connected to the feet. And breathing deeply. Remaining present with our bodies. On the inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift to a flat back, looking out in front of us. And exhale, walking those hands down, finding our high plank. From here, we're going to hang out for a moment, finding the strength in our arms, bracing the back. Good. When we're ready, lowering down either to the belly or halfway, and pressing ourselves to upward dog, releasing the toes. Good. Looking up, taking a deep breath in. And on the exhale, sending those hips back, finding our downward dog. Allowing ourselves to feel our bodies in this different perspective. Walking those feet out, bending those knees, finding a little bit of movement throughout your whole practice today. If it feels good for us, we can bend those knees, hovering just above the mat, and then press back. Hover and press. Very nice. Feeling our thighs and our calves start to work with us. Very good. On the next inhale, looking up to the hands, we're going to walk our way there, coming to a forward fold. We can bring those big toes all the way together or slightly apart, as long as they're parallel. Good. On the inhale, we're going to raise up to flat back, looking out forward. And exhale down. Inhale, let's sweep those arms up overhead, reaching, looking at those thumbs. And exhale, bringing our hands to heart center. Very nice. Taking a moment here, reconnecting with the breath, feeling that bit of heat that we've created. On the next inhale, we're going to send those arms straight up. We're going to send the hips back and find our chair pose. Bringing our weight to the toes, so we're still forward weighted. We'd be able to take the heels off the floor if possible. If you want a challenge, you can try lifting those heels. Good. And slowly bringing those heels down. Now let's lift those toes off of the floor. So now we're heel weighted. Very nice. Coming back to center, we're going to inhale, straighten those knees, reach for the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down. Plant those hands. We're going to jump or step back to high plank. Finding our way through chaturanga, either going halfway or to the mat. Pressing up to upward dog. See if we can lift those thighs, lift those knees off the floor. And exhale, sending those hips back for downward dog. Very nice. Breathing deep, feeling that connection between all of the muscles, the joints, everything that allows us to move from position to position. From here, let's inhale. We're going to bring the left leg all the way up and back, finding our three-legged dog. Lifting, using our glutes, using our legs, our hands. And on the exhale, we're going to bring that knee to the chest, and we're going to lace that left leg underneath the right, and we're going to turn to the side. So our left arm is supporting us. Both feet are open, and we're doing a side plank. From here, if it feels good, we can lift that right arm up to the sky. Good. Pressing into that left arm, using the shoulders, using the ground to help you. And on the exhale, let's bring that right arm back down. We're going to square ourselves off. Lift the left leg back to three-legged dog. Good. Deep breath in. On the exhale, let's take that left leg between the hands. This time we're going to place it down and find our high lunge. So lifting both arms up off the floor. And we're going to lower as deeply as we can. Keeping that right heel off the floor. Very nice. Lifting from the chest, finding space between your ribs and your hips. Beautiful. On your next exhale, let's sweep that right arm down all the way. We're going to plant it right next to that foot. And we're going to inhale the left arm up, finding our twisted high lunge. Very nice. Breathing deep, feeling the heat building, feeling the legs working equally for you. Beautiful. If you'd like a little bit of extra movement here, we're going to place the left hand that's in the air behind the head. So we have a nice triangle with our elbow. And we're going to use our breath. We're going to bring the elbow down on the inhale and up on the exhale. So we're adding a little action into our twist. Inhale down. Exhale out. Good. See how far you can get that twist to open up with each motion. Beautiful. One more time. Good. On the exhale, lift that arm up and bring it down. We're going to plant those hands. Step back into high plank. Lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, finding our way to downward dog. Very nice. If we need a moment, you can always go to a child's pose, dropping those knees, sending those hips back. Anytime you need a break from a downward dog, find your child's pose. Keep it breathing. Nice deep inhales connecting to the center. Good. If we're in child's pose, let's make our way back to downward dog. And on our next inhale, lift that right leg all the way up and back, finding our three-legged dog. Squeezing the glutes. Hold it. Feel that balance on those 3 points. And on the exhale, bending that right knee, we're going to lace it under the left leg, rotate to the side, and we're going to allow that side plank to happen, pressing into the right arm. And we can lift that left arm. Feeling our feet also helping us support our body weight. Beautiful. Inhale, feeling your body stacked on top of each other, using as little effort as possible. Good. On the exhale, let's bring that left arm down, plant the hands, send that right leg back up to three-legged dog. Take a moment here. And on the exhale, we're going to bring that right leg through, plant the foot down, find your high lunge. So inhale, both of those arms coming up. Good. And lower as much as we can. As we lower even deeper, we're lifting our chest and ribs away from the hips, making space in that central body. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, let's bring that left arm down, and we're going to rotate the right side upwards, bringing the arm to the sky for our twist. See how far we can go. You can also look up towards those hands. If you'd like a little extra movement today, you can bring the right arm behind the head. Make that elbow triangle. And we're going to inhale our way down, square the shoulders off, and exhale all the way up and open. And we can do this at our own pace, just adding a little element of balance. Even though we're making static positions in our asanas, everything is about the in-betweens, the motion between. How do we get from one place to the next? Okay, one more time. Inhale down, exhale up. We're gonna reach the right arm up and over. And exhale, let's plant those hands. Send the right foot back to high plank and lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Taking our time here. Feeling any shifts or changes in the body. Adding a little movement. If it feels good, we can wag the tail back and forth. And on your next inhale, looking up to the hands, we're going to walk our feet there, find our forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, heart center. I'm going to take a moment here, realigning, re-establishing our relationship to gravity. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. We're going to also lift that right knee. See if we can make a 90-degree angle between the thigh and the mat, or parallel, I suppose. We're reaching, we're lifting from both hips equally. Finding our balance here. And on the exhale, we're going to do a forward fold, sending that right leg straight back, reaching the arms forward. Keeping that right foot flexed if possible, engaging all of the glutes, the entire posterior chain. Good. One more deep inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to forward fold now, keeping that right leg up for our standing split. So lifting the left leg, you can point those toes or flex this time. You can also use the floor to help with balance. Beautiful. When we're ready, slowly, we're going to stand back up. See if we can keep that right leg off the floor, keeping our balance. Beautiful. And coming back to our 90-degree angle. Beautiful job. When we're ready, taking that right leg, we're going to wrap it around. So bringing both knees together, we're going to cross the right knee over the left knee. If you want to go a step further, you can also loop and make a full circle. If that's too much, you can also just leave the knees together. Very nice. From here, we're going to bend that left knee slightly. Bring the hands to heart center for our eagle pose. So we're remaining balanced on one leg. Using the strength of the floor to help keep us in place. Beautiful. One more deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're gonna unwind. Lift everything up one more time. Inhale. And exhale, reach that right leg back, finding our warrior one. See how smooth we can make those transitions. It's all about the middle space. Good. Deep inhale here, rising those hands up and away. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Reaching those hands out and open. Widening those collarbones. Good. When we're ready, dropping that left arm down, right arm overhead, finding our side angle. To add a little bit of movement here too, you're welcome to. We're going to make big circles with the arms. So inhale that right arm down, exhale up and over. Making big circles. Again, finding our balance amidst all of the extra movements. You can also take your face with your fingers if that's something you want to challenge yourself with. Spotting those fingers. Beautiful. On your inhale, let's come back up to warrior two. Straighten that left leg. And we're going to exhale all the way over, finding our triangle pose. Reaching for the leg or the floor. Sending those hips back and away. And looking up to that right arm. Finding that stretch in the hamstrings. Sending that left side back if we can. See if you can square off those hips. Beautiful. When we're ready, let's exhale. Bring that right arm down. Squaring those feet off. We're going to drop the right knee down. Bring ourselves up into a kneel. And we're going to lean into that hip. You can either keep that back foot tucked under or release it, whatever feels good for you today. And lifting from the chest, breathing deeply. Beautiful. When we're ready, we're going to try a little transition here. So keeping that left leg planted, we're going to lift our knees up, press into that back leg, and we're going to come up to standing right at the top of our mat. Very nice. Good, let's inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. Exhale to heart center. Beautiful job. Let's do the other side. So let's inhale, arms are going to come up. We're going to lift that left knee all the way, finding our balance. Lifting from both hips, pressing in to the earth with our whole foot. Breathing deeply here. On the exhale, we're going to forward fold. Send that left leg back and keep the arms forward, flexing that foot if possible. Engaging the whole leg line, lifting from the back. Breathing deep, finding your balance on that right leg. On the next exhale, we're going to forward fold, leaving the left foot in the sky for our standing split. See if we can tuck the chin to the chest. Lift that leg as high as we can. Beautiful. Breathe, breathe. And on the exhale, see if we can keep that leg in the air. We're going to come back up and balance, lifting the knee back to 90. Very nice. Keep breathing. When we're ready, we're going to take that left leg, cross it over the right, bending those knees, bringing the knees together. If you want to go to full eagle, you can also wrap the ankle around that right leg. When we're ready, exhale, bend the knee, bring the arms together to heart center. Finding our balance here. Using that heat that we're generating. Good. See how low we can go. Challenging ourselves. Finding that balance. One more deep breath in. On the exhale, let's unwind. Lift the arms and the knee one more time. And send that leg back. Finding our warrior one. Good. Finding as much smoothness as we can in those legs, in those transitions. Breathing deeply, lifting through the chest and the ribs. On the next exhale, opening wide to warrior two, stretching the collarbones. Beautiful. Keep breathing. On the exhale, let's drop that right arm down, left arm overhead, finding our side angle. We're welcome to stay here. If you want to add a little movement, we're going to make big circles with that left arm. Inhaling down, exhaling up and around. Finding our balance. We can also take our spot with our hand to practice even more balancing. Beautiful. Breathing, finding your comfort zone and challenging it just a little bit. Good. Let's make one more big circle. Beautiful. And inhale, we're going to come back up to warrior two. Sweep those arms out. And we can straighten that right leg all the way. When we're ready, let's reach out and over, finding our triangle pose. Looking up towards that left arm, we can send the hips back, finding that hamstring. Breathing deeply here. On the next exhale, let's go ahead and drop both arms down. We're going to also drop that left knee, bringing ourselves up to a kneel. And from here, we're going to lean into that hip socket, either keeping the back foot tucked or releasing it, whatever feels good today. Lifting from the heart space as we go deeper into the legs. One more deep breath in here. Tucking that back toe under if it's not there already. We're going to attempt to bring our weight up into a standing position. So lift the knees, come back to the top of our mats. Very nice. Let's inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to flat back. Exhale, down, plant the hands, find our high plank. Lower through chaturanga. Lifting the chest, lift those knees off the mat if possible. And exhale, send our hips back, finding our downward dog. And taking 1 or 2 more deep breaths here. And when we're ready, let's go ahead, bend the knees, looking up to the hands. We're going to bring ourselves all the way through to seated. We can hop to those arms. Very nice. Keeping those knees all the way up. We're going to slowly roll to the back. Very good. We'll take a moment here. Just allow the arms to relax off to the side. As we breathe, we're going to release the shoulder blades down, melting the muscles in the face, softening the hips, allowing gravity to help us release, start to cool down from the practice. Deep breath in. We're going to take that right leg. Let's lift it up, cross that heel over the left side, open that hip up all the way to a figure 4. So we can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can bring both knees over to the floor on the right side. So let those knees fall over and look over that left shoulder. Finding that small twist in the spine. And from here, switching sides, coming back to center, crossing left over right. Opening that hip first, see if we want to breathe here for a moment. For a little bit more, we're going to bring those legs to the side and looking over that right shoulder. And slowly, let's bring ourselves back to center. We're going to undo the knees, grab those knees into the chest, and we can rock side to side here. Massaging the low back. And from here, allow those legs to straighten all the way up. We can grab behind those knees if that feels good for us. Flex those toes back towards the face. Feel that lengthening in the feet. Stretching the whole leg line one more time. If it feels good, we can also pull those legs towards us just a little bit more. Straightening those knees if possible, feeling the stretch through the whole leg line. If it feels good, we can flex and point the toes to our max. So flex all the way in and then point all the way out. Feeling how that changes the stretch in the legs. When we're ready, let's go ahead and drop the feet down. We're going to keep those knees up one more time. And we're going to allow the soles of the feet to come together, letting the knees fall out to the sides. So now we're in our laying frog position. We can place those hands on the hip sockets or on the belly or off to the side, whatever feels good for us today. We'll take a few deep cleansing breaths here. allowing ourselves to fully release. We can either stay here, keeping our knees open, or if you'd like, you can let the legs go all the way out into our final pose of Shavasana. And we'll take a few moments of silence here to connect with ourselves and to listen to any insights that come up for us. Let's bring some life back to the body. Adding some movement to our fingers and toes. Giving ourselves a small shimmy. Vibrating back to the present. And when we're ready, let's slowly roll to the right side. Take that leg over. And slowly we're going to make our way back up to seated. Taking our time. Let's take a few more deep breaths here. Allowing ourselves to fully integrate our practice. Heart center, bowing our heads in gratitude to yourself for taking the time to work on yourself today, to dig deeper, and to be more deliberate with your practice. Thank you all so much for practicing with me and with each other today. Namaste.